Hello there. Good evening. This is Michele Ho Lung. Welcome to the Sparkle Experience Show, episode 55. And tonight we're exploring a radical theme, a radical reframe, really, about what if stress isn't your enemy? What if it's your body's way of inviting you back into realignment? And is part of our November theme in my newsletter that just went out today, the season of recalibration. As we move into the end of the year, this time it's a lot of people are approaching burnout. There is so much coming. All this adds a lot of stress, what we call stress, into our present day living situation. And that word stress, I actually, when I was young, made a decision to abolish the word stress. I never used it. Stress, it's a signal. It's a signal that one type of stress, it could be that you're overdoing it and you need to take a rest, you need to take a breath, you need to go and maybe refuel, because a lot of times when we're in this mode of go, 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 we end up not feeding ourselves. And I'm guilty, but we do need to have fuel to operate and to be kind to our bodies. What can we do differently than we did all the years past? And in all the years past, if you're thinking every year, this time of year, so hectic and there's so much pressure to finish the year, what I'd like to suggest to you is, what if this year could be different? What if we could talk about recalibrating your nervous system so that you are more aware of what is happening around you with and how that's affecting you, and then have a few things that you can do to stop it or alleviate some of that felt pressure, because stress is felt, FELT, pressure. Stress is actually those emotions and thoughts that cause you to start to generate this adrenaline, which is our sympathetic nervous system going, okay, there's danger. Except today, in our day, we don't have the danger of wild animals attacking us. We have the pressures of deadlines besieging us and us not being able to meet those deadlines or those promises or those obligations. And when we can't manage it, then we actually go down what I like to call the downward spiral. The downward spiral is in my book, Sparkle and Shine. I just announced in the newsletter that I will be autographing it for anybody out there who wants to get a copy. The nice thing is it's only 100 pages. You can see it's not that big. In there are diagrams such as this one, and this is my downward spiral. Then we're at our top peak where we're feeling good, and then something happens, and then our brains kick in, and thoughts start at the top, and then it gets worse and worse and worse. And before you know it, you're at rock bottom, and you don't even know how you got there because you didn't realize you're going there. And that's what BCEO, my 90-day program, is about, getting you to be self-aware, and I like to call it self-aware on steroids, so that it comes into your awareness and you're not left feeling like the pits and then taking weeks or maybe just days, but sometimes it's weeks to get back up to where you're feeling so productive, so amazing, so on top of the world. That word stress, if you really think about that word, it has some heaviness to it. It has its own power, its own energy over people. Because when you say that word stress, all of a sudden, I want to suggest that if you really tune into yourself, you will notice that word does affect you, although most people don't realize it does. And most people say, oh, I'm so stressed. Oh, that stresses me out. So why let something stress you out? That's a question I'd like to pose to you. When stress comes up, most people tighten up and they start to vibrate, react in different ways that maybe they don't like, and they know they don't like it, but they can't help themselves, because it could be that feeling of overwhelm or just panic because something didn't work right. It could be the stress and sadness, because some people react to things with sadness. Stress impacts us in different ways because stress has such a big morphic field, the word that I like to describe all the things that get positioned around whatever it is we're holding that carries this different vibration, because everything is vibration and energy. And then they push harder. You judge yourself. You feel like you want to run away and escape, because that's the amygdala firing up. It's going fight, flight. What can I do to get away, to avoid it? And it's the brain starting to just take over there. So what can we do to get out of that? Breathe. Stop yourself. When you can do that, then you can actually use these things between your two ears, and that is to think it through and command yourself to realign and to center and to just force yourself to relax in that moment. In Sparkle Chi work, the thing I have been talking about very much so in the last few months, more so than I've ever done, because I used to actually hide the fact that I did this. I remember when my boss, and he was a COO, and he says, "What's this I hear about you fixing Ken's arm over the phone?" I looked up at him innocent and I said, "Oh, what? Fixing who?" And he says, "Yeah, Ken." And I said, oh, that." I wasn't admitting it because I was thinking it was woo, but what I've found out, what I've discovered this year is that it's really about frequency. It's a frequency that I transmit. How? Who knows? That is a gift. And you might say, well, how can I take your word for it? You don't. You can look at all the testimonials I have on my channel. They're all given by real life people just like you. And it describes the different results and benefits my clients have had from me working on them and me sparkling them. And the difference is that I don't need words. I don't need to speak. You don't need to speak. It is just a matter of resetting your frequency, recalibrating your frequency, and then activating it so that it can help you to find your own sparkle, your own healer within you, which is what my mom used to tell me when we were all quite young. And she'd say, we all have a healer within us. We were just told that we couldn't because only God can heal. I don't actually consider myself a healer. It is you allowing the frequency that's coming, shift yourself. And in doing that, things are released within you, frustrations, regrets, sorrows, the energies of all of those emotional things. And then from there, you're able to experience the results. The beauty of being able to recognize you're in stress, it's that it is a frequency mismatch. It's telling you that something is off in your body. And then if you can stop yourself long enough to ask the question, what is happening here? And what do I need to do? Where am I getting overloaded? Is it too much work and not enough play? Is it too many numbers and it's upsetting the thought process because the numbers are not making sense? And just breathe and look at it again. So in Amsterdam, when I had that bicycle accident that I mentioned on LinkedIn and Facebook, when this happened, when I hit the post and I fell to the ground, there was no stress. It was an experience that I felt in slow motion. However, I could have been stressed if I had thought about all the things that were happening to me at that time, or that I had in place or didn't have in place. Because I had trained myself, things did not come into my mind to start to assail my senses with all these things that would say, oh my gosh, run for cover. Who can you call? This is happening. All of that panic. I haven't met anybody that I've told the story to who reacted the same way I did. The beauty of this is that it's not about the effort. It doesn't take effort. It takes breathing, alignment, tuning into yourself, allowing yourself to shift and get back into resonance with that peace that we all want to achieve. And when you can embody and feel that calm by breathing and using the breath to calm yourself, then everything can change. And then once you are in that space, decisions can be from a space of collected clarity versus panic and upset and irritation. And so when you can get there too, you can tap into your creativity. And we talked about the last episode, how do you actually get clarity to stick? This episode is what it is all about. Stress will hit you off your tracks to clarity in no time flat if you allow it. Because have you ever noticed when you're in stress, nothing is very, very clear. Nothing is set in concrete. Everything is flying all over the place and chaos reigns. And when that is there, there's very little clarity unless somebody stops it. And when they stop it and everybody reconvenes and tunes into getting their emotions down, then we can move into that space where clarity can come into play again. To help you to return to your calibration, let's take 60 seconds now to recalibrate. And what I'd like you to do in your toolkit, close your eyes and then inhale and feel yourself tap into the quiet of the space around you. Try and listen for the sounds of silence. Tune into the sound of a fan or tune into the peace within you. As you breathe in for the count of 3 and hold it for the count of 6. And then exhale for the count of 9. And as you exhale, see yourself exhaling pressure, tension. Allow your shoulders to just relax and release. If you can't feel it, just imagine that you're releasing the tension, and then your body will get used to that thought and then move into that space. Imagine your whole field softening, your shoulders, your neck, your back, your mind, and even your heart. Just breathe in love to that. Think these thoughts to yourself quietly. I am safe. I am seen. I am sparkle. And you can also use the words I am safe, I am centered, I am sparkle. For me, there's that beautiful spark within each and every one of us. When you acknowledge that light is shining within you, you can actually grow that sparkle within you. When you can do that, then you're inviting more coherence and have your body, your mind, your soul, your heart feeling more content, more calm, more peaceful. The last quarter of the year, I invite you to feel what this recalibration feels like on your own using that simple tool. If you think, well, I don't know how to sparkle, but you know how to breathe, you know how to imagine and to close your eyes and to actually acknowledge that you have a sparkle within you and that you're safe and that you are centered. You can do that. And visit bceoofyou.com. There, I have the 90-day program and what is outlined. So I help you to check, to not fix yourself, just to realign your sparkle. So this is all about how do you accelerate your ability to do that. It's not mindset, it's not coaching, it's not therapy. It is very powerfully actually helping you to, in this container of the Zoom calls where I have this sparkle frequency, you get to invite your frequency to up level. So for those of you who were here or are tuning into the replay, let's just go into a very quick sparkle segment where I'll just sparkle whoever is here right now. So again, this one, just tune in to yourself, just get yourself comfortable wherever you're sitting and allow yourself to relax. Listen to the sounds, close your eyes, and just breathe in all the goodness, all the blessings. See this tube of light coming to you from the heavens. Beautiful, silvery, sparkling, coming in through the top of your head, your crown chakra, entering your body, going everywhere it needs to go, bringing sparkle and blessings to all your cells and your tissue, your organs, your whole being. And just allow. And just breathe in and relax as I work on you now. Okay, so tune into yourself now and see what you notice, how you feel before the call, before you started, and how you're feeling now after you've been with me. I wish you until the next time to keep shining, keep breathing, keep yourself centered, and remember, alignment is your natural state. And so until the next time, the third Wednesday in November, we'll see you again. So good night. And if this shifted something in you, consider getting the Sparkle Source newsletter, seeing what options are available, and share this episode. Sparkle is amazing.